Well, somebody asked me to record a video in which I actually go through the process of building a deck, so let's do that and see what happens. This is for the Legacy Cube. I'll also go over my current record at the end of this. For those who are curious, I have been defeated. I'm not undefeated any further, but it's actually something like 19 and 0. Oh, it's 19 and 0. 19 and 3 is what I'm looking at. 19 and 3? No, 16 and 3. 16 and 3. So anyway, the main thing here is I'm going to be looking for blue cards. I want counter spells. This format's just bomb-tastic, and if you don't have counters, you're not doing it right, or you're very unlucky. I have a few times when nothing I could do about it. There just weren't any counters for me to take. Those happen. Admittedly, considering how many counters are in the format, it's pretty awful when it does. Pretty bad feeling there. So, what's our support color going to be? Well, it could be green for ramp, and it could be more than one. So, looking at black, I'm drawn to black for Ashiok and Shadow Mage. Bone Shredder, ultimate price. Disfigure's okay. Living Death is okay in the right deck. Really drawn, which I probably wouldn't have. Necrotal could be good. Skinrender could be good. Just depends on how much black I'm actually playing. Living Death isn't good in a deck if you're playing a ton of removal, usually, because you kill all their guys and then put them all into play. There's really no opportunity to actually use it. Unless you open with Living Death and then follow it up with a bunch of removal. That can be good then. However, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that. It doesn't sound great to me. I'm looking at. I could splash black if my dual lands are good. I'm kind of glancing at them now, and it's possible. What kind of sack lands do I have? I don't really have enough fetch lands to make it great, but I do have a Bloodstained Mire, and I have a scrub land, so if I'm playing white, I could do it. I'm probably... My lands, that is another problem. The lands aren't great. I also am kind of drawn to red. How many cards do I have? I don't have that many in the main deck already. I'm kind of drawn to red. I like Izzet Charm. I like Terminate. I like Char. Somewhat. I like Bonfire of the Damned. Seal of Fire. Flame Slash is good. So there's that. And on green side, some pretty good cards here. Garrett is really good. That's a good Planeswalker. Drainage Hermit is fantastic. East Within is acceptable. Kadama's Reach is great. Search for Tomorrow is great. Farseek. Totally depends on your duels, but with the duels, I do have some duels, so yeah, that could work for me. Arbor Elf, Horn Elves. I do like green blue quite a lot. And then maybe just a splash. So let's try it. I think that's what we're gonna do. Here's a maybe for the forest. Yeah, mana production, Tarmogoyf is great. Mana production, mana. There's a lot of mana. I think green, blue, black is where we want to be. The Shadow Mage, it does give us the Ashiok. Green, blue, red, on the other hand, is the other option. I've only got 2 misses. Well, I'll get 3 misses if I play Bloodbraid Elf. I can play Bonfire. No, I don't think so. Shadow Mage, Ashiok. Oh, there's no zoom. That's nice. Ultimate price. Seems pretty good. This deck's got too much ramp, so we probably want to actually go down to roughly 15 lands. It's usually what I play. I don't have a ton of card drawing. I've got Shadow Mage, and I can draw one off Dismissive Cryptic. Not much else, though. So, I do want to play some more card drawing. I need to actually find my Into the Royal is a good card, and Compulsive Research or Thassa. Thassa's interesting. I can make an unblockable Shadow Mage on the off chance that he's got something to block with. An unblockable Tarmogoyf is pretty good. I haven't played a lot with Thassa, and by a lot I mean like basically none, so I have no idea how good it is, or isn't. It looks like I could theoretically turn it on. Ashiok, Shadow Mage, Sower, Glen, Taiga. I'm just not sure that I'm talking myself into it. On the black side, we've got Bone Shredder as a splash card. And then there's also some of the higher end stuff like the Cursor Golem. Kitchen Finks for early defense. You know, like what am I actually worried about here? Howard Spirit Keeper. It's kind of amazing. Grimoires, Howard Spirit Keeper. I've got some bomb white cards, you know, now that I'm looking at it. Sun Titan. Angel of Doom. That's some really good white cards. First off, how easily can I splash white? Because I would actually like to have the Quasali Pridemage in here. Looks like I might be able to do it. Tundra, City of Brass, Scrubland. Yeah, and the Deathrite Shaman. Yeah, I think we'll play the Quasali Pridemage. I think that's what we'll do. I'll probably stick with this the way that it is. What is this? Black Red, we don't want it. Lavender Mountain, we want it. Green. Lavender Mountain. Ancient Tomb is a bomb. Yeah, red's the easiest splash in this deck, funny enough. I'm drawn to it is a charm, but I'm not sure how willing I am to push my mana base even further. Don't think I'm that willing. So, do I need a swamp? Looks like I have, I do have a swamp dual land. So I do not need, let me see, Farsi does not have to get basics. Dama's Reach and Search do, so maybe I want one swamp, something like this. Yeah, 1-3-3 split. Looks pretty solid. So how many blue is that? So theoretically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the Mire. Can the Mire fetch swamp or mountain? Do I have a mountain? No, it's only 6 islands. As far as black goes, I don't need the basic swamp. I've got a lot of black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 black sources for only a few cards. As far as green goes, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mire cannot fetch. So I'm actually short green and short blue. As far as white sources goes, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm short of green and I'm short of blue. That's a big problem. Suggest lands. It's like, I don't suggest you play any lands. Alright, sure. So I could run 16 lands. It's, I think it's too much. 16 lands. 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 I do think it's too much. I have to cut something. I know I need at least 3 islands and 3 forests because I have triple green and triple blue in my cost. Maybe I was okay with it. I was before. Um, 4, 5, 6, 7 green right now. The mire can only fetch. Wait. Swamp or mountain. You can get scrubland. And that's it. Boy, that's terrible. The Bloodstained Mire has no business being in here, I don't think. Other than just to get the scrubland, which is an off color. That's not good. Yeah, this mana base is a little bit too ridiculous. Swamp or mountain. Yeah, see, if I was playing black, red, it would be a different story. We have some pretty nice red cards. Boy, do I have some really nice red cards. Hmm. Skelding Tarn gets Islander Mountain. Oh. And all I have is Tundra to get with it. Well, an islands. Bloodstained Mire literally only has scrubland. So if I draw the scrubland and the Bloodstained Mire, I can't fetch anything. That's a problem. That's a definite problem. So with that in mind, I think the Mire's let it go. That's the card that has to go. It seems weird, but I think that's right. Too risky. It still leaves me with 1, 2, 3 white sources plus the Deathrite Shaman. Is that enough? I can't tell you how many times I've wanted to disenchant. Maybe that's just not enough. So certainly a red splash would be very doable. If I take out the scrub and the Tundra, then I've got to add in 5, 6, 8, 7. Okay, there's my 7. Then I could add Badlands and Bloodstained Mire. Then Mire still only has 1 target. I could add Badlands for the Scalding Tarn as an option, so that they can get yeah, no, I don't like that. Ah, my mana base sucks. Alright. Tundra, Scrub. I'm not doing it. Just not doing it. Add these 2 cards. Island Forest. We're going to play, we're not going to screw around. We're going to play Wild Mango. Call it good. I can't, there's just no way, like, my dual lands just don't work out. If I had a little more time, maybe I could have another 5 to 10 minutes. I could have worked something out and ended up in a 5-color deck. I would have just Like it's a little harder for me to do it online. I could lay my cards out in front of me, on the table, perhaps. But then again, it may not have been like the strong, even if I had done that. So probably better consolidate my colors like I did. All right, so let's suspend. Then we can get the arbor elf down and forest, and then we'll set. Hmm. Hmm. I've got a lot of ramp. This deck needs to get a piece of land. That's good though. Brutal on draft. What the heck did I get? Where did I coalition relic ramp it down? Craziness. Alright, well, Ashok's just so brutal. Control depth, of course, nightmare. Which makes a lot of sense. Nah, not worse, but it certainly is a nightmare. Huh, Empire Master, huh? Oh, hey, Don. Let me wrap this video up. Well, I think we have another sweeper, but I do have Enter the Royal, so. Alright, let's read this card. Lifelink, make a vampire. Oh, yeah. Sorry for this guy, but. That's not going to be the I don't even think I'm going to do it to the end of this turn. I'll take out Soren and go face face. Empowerments works very well in my deck. Thank you. Shucks, it's so like OP and limited. I mean, there's a lot of powerful stuff in this. Honestly, Ashok is just gross. Bleeding the heck out of his deck. No point in doing anything here. I'd say that one was over. Not that great. Oh, there's another. Did I have compulsive? Having a sideboard? That's the wrong place for compulsive. Yeah, no doubt. Maybe Thassa is good. What do you have? He's got a lot of like. Yeah, I think maybe. Is it this guy? I might want Thassa. Seems to have a lot of. I mean, he's obviously playing control, and that will help him with control. Solo compulsive. What's not so good against control is actually removal, usually. You don't want a ton of it. Because then you can't, then you give him time while you're just holding removal. And you're not presenting threats, and you're not drawing counter spells, drawing cards. So you're just sitting on removal, and they have forever and a day to set themselves up. Beast Within, however, is land destruction at instant speed, and it also can kill an illegal creature. Might pull it. It's not great. One trick with it is I can actually target Thassa and just put a 3/3 into play as a surprise. Because Thassa is indestructible. So I think I'd like to keep it in the deck. I think the weakest card here is Mongrel, just a creature that attacks. I don't know. Maybe it is Beast Within. And Mongrel's good. Kitchen Finks is also a good card against control. Mongrel's Pressure, Flame Wrath of Gods. Kinda want Finks. I'm gonna leave it like this. I think this is the best. This is probably the better setup. It's possible I do want Finks. Could be better than Tarmogoyf, actually. Silly as that sounds, Tarmogoyf is just, it's just a removal spell. Whereas Finks is 2 removal spells. But, we'll see. He's playing Edicts, I'm certainly gonna bring him in. If there's a Thassa, it could have been, I don't know, Wild Mongrel. I'm not feeling bad that it's a Thassa. I'd like to play Dog here, but I would never play next turn, theoretically. And I think this is going to do good things for me. We'll see. If you're wondering, I played green there. He's triple green, so down the road, faking a counterspell here would lock me into having to play green, green, green for the next 3 turns. But got an island here, then I can set up a Cryptic Command. And since I do need an island, I'll take it. Alright, so now we just victory. if that even. I'm scared now. I think it's fine. Plays a permanent, I've got Sower. If he plays a creature, I've got Sower. And if he plays a non-creature, I've got Glen. And I'm also one away from turning Thassa. Glen, Thassa, and Sower. I don't. There's 3 colors over there. I don't know what the hell's going on. What the heck is going on, I should say. That steals X damage? Sure. I guess that's a way that you can take it out without losing a card. Flash that back on it. Yeah, we'll put that on top. Although Thassa hasn't done anything for me. Well, I guess I got rid of the Arbor. Now he's in a bit of a spot. Sure, you're going to under. Fine by me. I could have, like bounced it with Cryptic Command, but that makes plays better. Simply. Nah, we don't need it. We're going to draw more land anyway. May not be now, but we are going to draw it. Don't ask me why I tried to attack him with that forest. Get rid of that later. Worry about that. Don't think that's going to be the case. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. The most mana I can tap is 4 currently, so we're done. Actually break that. Beastwood play. Can sower that. And it kind of forces me down a path that I'm not sure I want to take. And then I've got to fight with them over every little removal spell. Yeah, you get that. Maybe I can pay that much life. Oh, that's fine. Now I feel much better. Funny, I dumped a land earlier and now I want to draw land. Cool. In fact, I wanted to draw a blue land maybe specifically, so that worked out very well. Here is if he tries to kill the solar. Well, that would count. But what I was going to say is if he tries to kill the solar, what I do, the beast within his dragon in response. which would give me the 3/3, and then the seller would die, and he would get nothing. More forest. I think it's pretty safe to tap out and draw what, 4? Oh, you want to do that? You want to just draw 4? Is there any point in being greedy here? I don't think so. We haven't played a land yet. We really want to hit a land drop here. We want it to be blue. Because we're winning. So yeah, we just kill it. Holy smokes, that was terrible. Okay, plan B. He's going to play Wrath of God. We're going to say no. Wrap. So anyway, yeah, as far as my record goes, in this, I've played 20 rounds, and I've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, and won 16. So I've got a decent record. Costs 30 to play, and win 50 for a win. So 16 times 15, 800 points. Minus 6, minus 20 entry fees, which is 600 points. So I picked up 200 points, which is not exactly significant, but it's definitely fun. I'm at 422 total. Not sure why I've got all of them. And then as far as this deck goes now, the commander deck hasn't changed from last video. Still the same. We could play a quick commander game if you want to see it, since I did promise that there would be a commander game coming up. Although I was kind of hoping to play. Although I think it would be better to just play. Yeah, okay. It would be better to play, like, create a video just for commander. So I think since this person, I'm on his block list apparently, or I assume that's what that means. I think what we'll do is we'll just call a wrap of this, and you can check it out in the next video. You know what? Let me back up a bit. Here's what I'm going to do. I did just go through playing one, which is what the request was for. I've gone through the record. Yeah, I think that's everything. If you want to know how I lost in these, I lost 2 early ones because I think a combination of bad draft pool and like 1 misplay, and I had no room for error, and I just died. That was one of them. One of my losses was because I literally, like, my opponent's deck was just unbeatable. There was no way I was going to beat it. I mean, if we played enough games, I mean, eventually we'd get mana screwed, but that's like my only hope. When I say unbeatable, I mean it was just the absolute. It was like Ancient Tomb into Worn Power Stone into Gilded Lotus into Karn, you know, just, I don't know, tons of nonsense. I can't remember exactly. I could be wrong. Maybe there's a Theron Dynamo in there. Who knows? Bottom line, his deck was pretty much unbeatable. One of them, I think, this most recent one, I made an error, and I think in the other one I had a weak pool and made an error. So I really feel like in 3 out of 4 cases my losses were to misplays, which is a good thing about the format. And in one of them, although my opponent's deck was insane, um, my deck was really good. I just like his deck drew correct perfectly for him, and mine didn't. So I was just a non-compete in that, and that happens in Magic. So out of 20 matches, for that to really only happen in a negative way one time, and for me to feel like plays were what decided the outcome in most of my losses, I'm pretty happy with the format. Definitely will be playing more. Not sure I'll be making more videos. Y'all can tell me if you'd like to see more. But otherwise, I will get back to Commander like I was saying. And that's about it. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you next time.